Dolores has a few words to say. No? First, I figured we'd give this little speech now because Jimmy just got here. Thanks, Jimmy. Thank you all for coming. A special big thanks to our West Coast family. Thank you for coming. Jack, Mark, Terry, Jack. Thank you very much. We're glad to have you here, host you here. You were so gracious to us when we came out for the wedding. We thank you. It was great. Those of you who were at the wedding, raise your hand. Was it the best wedding you've ever been to? Yes, it was. Those of you who weren't at the wedding, raise your hand. Was this the best party you've ever been to? Yes, it was. We had such a blast out in Oregon. We may even come back again. All right. That's saying something. It is saying something.
I think there's a baseball tournament there.
We're there. A hoops tournament. And it's, I got to say, it's strange how God works. You know, here are two young people from the east and the west, from the left and the right, and somehow, some way, they found each other. And, you know, it's just unbelievable that when you think about it, all the millions of people on this earth, and for a match, you know, it's corny, and I'm the king of corn, right, Mike? For a match made in heaven, this is it. And I think, you know, we talk about omens, right, Shooter, Santiago? And you talk about the week we had out in Oregon, everything was perfect, the weather was just gorgeous. And then we come to today, in September 27th, and those people in Jersey know this could be the middle of a hurricane. And could it be nicer weather than we have? I think that says it all. The match was made in heaven. We are so blessed. We are so happy. Ashley is the daughter we never had. We're thankful that you guys are sharing her with us. We hope that you'll take Shooter and keep him. You can send him back maybe every now and then. It's okay.
You would miss him.
I would miss him. And you know, I said this to Dolores the other day. You know, you get so involved living your life and, you know, having the kids, and, you know, we had Shooter, and it was always like, Shooter was, it was always like, you know, hey, let's get to the next game. Let's get you to school. Let's do this, let's do that. We never had time to really sit back and breathe and say, wow, life is good. Life is really good. And even the times he was in high school, I mean, all the blessings he had in high school and all the things that happened to him, and then getting drafted. I mean, when he was born, the first thing I did was put a ball in his hand, you know? And just to watch him grow up and think, oh, maybe, wouldn't it be great if maybe he went to college someday and played baseball or played ball in college? Wouldn't that be great? And just to watch him grow and develop, and we never took time. And here in high school, he gets drafted. You know, how many kids get drafted? I mean, we didn't even stop, and it was just like, oh, great job, Shooter, let's go, you got another game. You know, he graduated high school, it was like, nice job, kid, you got a game. Went to college. We never hardly get a chance to even see him in college, just to take time and go. And then he gets drafted in the first round. I mean, that's a father's dream. A baseball coach's dream. And what did we do? The day he was drafted, there were reporters here and everything. We're shooing him out because we're going to go get some pizza. It was never a big thing. And it was on, hey, you got another game. And, you know, the older I get, I guess the more I get, you know, it's time to stop. It's time to stop and say, you know, thank you. It's time to say, you know, I've got a wonderful son, 3 wonderful sons. I'm going to lose it now. 3 wonderful sons. You know, and thank you, Shooter, for putting up with this father that pushed you all those years and made you do things like, oh, we got 7 games today. Here's a donut. Right?
There's no way I only had 1 donut.
As Mike Stowe would say, he's not here yet, I'm sorry. As he would say, donuts but a dozen for you, right? Thanks for putting up with me. And I'm so happy that you found your soulmate. And I'm so happy that we're welcoming Ashley into our family and that you're into a great family yourself. And I'm going to wish you guys, from Dolores and I, a world of happiness, many years. And like I said at the wedding, grandkids would be nice. Grandkids would be nice. My friend Charlie.
One Charlie joke. One Charlie joke.
One joke.
I'll tell my father's favorite Charlie joke, only because I feel like my mom and dad are here. Okay, here's my father's favorite Charlie joke. My friend Charlie.
What a mess.
What a mess. Charlie's got a twin brother named Marvin. Charlie and Marvin love baseball. They played baseball in Little League. They played baseball all through high school. Charlie was the pitcher, Marvin was the catcher. And it was great. They had a great time. They got older, they went to baseball games. Their life was baseball. And as they were getting older, one day they're watching the Yankee game, sitting on the couch, the 2 of them, and they're about 80 or so. And Charlie turns to Marvin and says, "Hey Marvin, do you think there's baseball in heaven?" And Marvin says, "Yeah, there's got to be baseball in heaven. You know, it wouldn't be heaven without baseball." And Charlie says, "I don't know. I think maybe God's got more important things to do than worry about baseball games." And so they make a pact right there and then. They shake on it. They say, whoever dies first has got to come back and tell the other one if there's baseball in heaven. So a couple months go by, and unfortunately Marvin passes away. And Charlie comes home from the funeral, right? A couple days later, he's sitting watching the Met game because the Yankees weren't on. And all of a sudden, he turns, and on the couch next to him is the ghost of Marvin. He goes, "Marvin, my brother!" And Marvin says, "Charlie, I've got to talk quick. I've only got a couple minutes. I got good news and bad news." Charlie says, "What's the good news?" And Marvin says, "Charlie, there's baseball in heaven. It's great, and I get to catch. I caught Christy Mathewson yesterday. They let me catch. It's unbelievable." And Charlie says, "That's great, Marvin, but what's the bad news?" And Marvin looks at Charlie and says, "You're pitching Tuesday." When my father passed away, true story, when he passed away, going through his stuff, I found a little card. My father used to leave notes to himself, and on the card it just said, "You're pitching Tuesday." Just to remind myself. Anyway, yes?
A better punchline would be, and the bad news is you didn't make the team.
Not Charlie. Charlie makes that team.
No, you can't say it that way, because then they call you the king of Canaan.
All right. Well, again, thank you all for coming. Enjoy. Stay. Yep. What? Uncle Mark?
The West Coast wants to talk.
I heard Uncle Mark wanted to say something. But Steve Marino first? Steve.
Well, 6 of us came
On the chair, Steve.
right up around her.
He can sit on the black stool.
Well, let's see. 6 of us made it from Oregon here. 80 of them made it to the West Coast. That's saying a lot about the people right here.
We got him again.
Okay. But I want to commend Shooter's friends, high school friends, for coming out there. That shows me a lot of character, what you have on the East Coast. I mean, the fun that we had, and all the... What are you doing, man? The only one, I'm not pitching.
Actually, I'll give you her.
Anyway, it's amazing. Like Mickey said, it's a match made in heaven. The weather and the stuff that we've done. I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, and it's just so fun being here with family. All the East Coast people, all the people we met here. It's been a gracious time, and I want to thank you for everything. And I got a speaker that can speak, not like me. But my brother Mark's going to say a few words, and thanks for everything.